Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm playing dice chess, where rolling 3 dice determines what pieces you get to move. My goal is to literally just make a longer video than yesterday's. Yesterday's might as well have been a short, but today we are hopefully in for a nice long journey. My sort of ulterior motive is a lot of you guys know that I'm decently high rated in the doubles version of this variant, where you can basically offer to risk double with your opponent, so you get double the rating points, and if your opponent agrees, they can do 4 times the rating points, then 8 times, than 16 times, and it's pretty easy to gain a rating that way. So I'm decently high rated in the doubles version of this variant, but in the standard version, not so much. So today's episode will be sort of like a rating climb, sort of like a sit back, relax, and enjoy my dice chess suffering. Let's get started with game number 1. All right, game number 1, we get the black pieces. And a lot of you guys may remember that at one point, when I was getting ready to do like one of these longer videos, I was prepared with a large container of water. I do regret to inform you that the large container of water is no more, but arguably we have upgraded to 2 Red Bulls and some watermelon, and the opponent says, "Hi, are you recording?" I'm gonna say, haha, yes, I am. And play my move very quickly. All right, we get pawn, knight, and rook. I'm gonna say good luck in the chat as well. I feel bad for them because I want to interact, but at the same time, we're very low on time. They say, nice, I'm subscribed. Hello, if you are watching this video, GG's however this game ended. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle my pieces over. The opponent gets knight, king, and bishop. This is probably just about done for me unless I get a very lucky king move here. Oh, don't mind if I do. And then I get a pawn move and a knight move to follow. I suppose I should do something of this sort. Actually, no, I'll move the pawn in case I get a rook move later. I'm still up on time by a little bit. Oh, the knight is now pinned. They have a king move to play as well. Give me double knight. Nice! I know I screamed into the mic, I'm so sorry, but that was extremely lucky, and I called it beforehand. They offer a rematch by all means. Anyways, to continue my earlier spiel, I was gonna say, I am not sponsored by Red Bull, nor by Big Watermelon, but I do quite enjoy this little combination. I've found that the caffeine plus the refreshing watermelon is quite nice. Oh, we can castle. I haven't been able to castle in forever. Ooh, and they get triple rook, which unfortunately lands them in the corner if I get bishop, and I walk away with the victory, but I don't. Okay, let's go here, develop the queen, and push the pawn. Basically, you just want to create as many threats on the enemy king as reasonably possible. Okay, they do get the rook out. I think it's a little too late. Oh, double queen. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, we'll go ahead and just pick up the knight and then go back. We've got a king move as well to waste. We're like 10 seconds down on time. So, okay, maybe I do need to focus here. Because in some crazy world, they do get like double rook and double king, and somehow I lose my queen. But we do finally get bishop, and we win game number 2 as well. Say GG's in the chat. I don't know if they're going to want to offer a rematch. I'm going to allow them to do it. Okay, and they don't offer a rematch, which is totally okay. If you are watching this video, good games. And let's go ahead and move on to game number 3. We'll offer another match, or at least make another one public. If you guys do run into me in the wild, by all means, send me a message. I am more than happy to respond. Even if I'm playing a bullet game, I will at least talk to you in terms of the video. And if I'm not recording, then honestly, screw the game. I will talk to you anyways. Even if it costs me some rating, totally cool with me. But in this case, I was recording, so hello. All right, we will wait for another game. All right, we get another game again with the black pieces. We get a knight move to start and a rook move to follow. Rook move a little bit wasted, which is fine. And we get absolutely nothing. And they get double knight. I've seen this configuration where they elect to sort of develop both knights. Instead of using a double knight move to basically set up an attack, they use the double knight move to develop both knights, which is really interesting. It's more of a long-term play. Okay, double rook and a pawn. I suppose they will move one of these pawns. Oh, they don't. So the rook will stay on the back rank with no escape. We get a rook move and a knight move. I'm just going to risk it. Let's just go for it. I mean, I'm already worse in this position because they have so many developing possibilities. And luckily, they don't roll pawns, so somehow my rook actually survives. I'm going to call it again just in case, but I would really appreciate double rook. Devs, if you guys are listening, please, double rook. All right, they are not listening. We get knight and pawn. I suppose I should move this way and threaten the queen. And we get a queen move as well. I see. Okay, we'll do this. Line up against the king, threaten the knight, threaten the queen. Everything's under attack. I suppose after this next move, only the knight will be under attack, but still. Right, king shuffles out of the way. They're down to 18 seconds. I don't think this is going to be enough. Yeah, they move the queen out of the way. I mean, this rook is pretty much toast. We get a knight move and a rook move. Oh, I'll move my rook out of the way. And for my knight move, you know what? I'll actually just develop as well. I mean, I don't know if it's too far behind, but they have 10 seconds left. Surely something will manifest. Whoa, triple pawn. Okay, 1, 2, and then 3. This is pretty much game, I believe. They have 6 seconds left. We've got a pretty substantial advantage. Bishop to d2. Oh, bishop g5 allows a queen move and a rook move. Okay, this, and that. We might even capture the king if we roll pawn on the next turn. They have a rook move, but they flag instead, so we win game number 3 as well. They offer a rematch by all means. I'm accepting all rematches today, because I'm going to be here for quite a while. I don't know exactly how far I want to sort of take this rating climb. Whoa, that king is in a scary position, and we are going to try to prove that fact. But what I was going to say is I don't know how far I want to take this rating climb, but I want to take it at least a distance. Okay, we drop, oh my goodness. We drop the bishop and we're in check. We get a knight move and a king move. I'm going to actually develop my knight and then just shuffle the king out of the way. Because if I get double knight somehow, again, which would be amazing, then I can take the king. Double queen. We'll see what they make of this. They could genuinely just sacrifice it, or they could play it a little bit more safely. We'll see. They have one more queen move. It can't stay on d5. Queen to f5, okay. We get a knight move, brainless move, not brainless move, but very easy move to think of. And then we'll do this and develop the rook as well. Whoa, double bishop is not losing because the king is on a dark square and they only have a light square bishop developed. But the queen is gone. Okay, we need a knight move here. And we get a knight move. Don't mind if I do. I believe we are 4 for 4. They offer a rematch. Let's rock and roll. I am playing these 1 minute. I'm going to try this strategy. I've never tried this before. I always go for the sort of double knight move, but then I usually end up losing it. Okay, we get queen to f6. King shuffles over. Sure, we get another knight move and a pawn move. We'll threaten the queen and I suppose develop one of these rooks. I suppose that makes the most sense. They get a knight move, a queen move, and a rook move. The rook move is wasted. The queen move, probably just move her to safety. It does counterattack the knight, but it's kind of dangerous to centralize your queen in this game. Okay, we'll play e4, develop the queen, keep the king on the back rank. Double pawn and a knight, double pawn. Maybe it doesn't lose me anything. Oh, it does. It loses me the knight. Nice little find there, moving the knight out of the way first. Knight, pawn, and rook. Double rook would be absolutely spectacular here, but the opponent gets it instead. Queen takes. Sure, we drop the centralized pawn, which is a bit of a shame. There are still a lot of attacking chances here. Okay, queen, bishop, and knight. Genuinely not sure what to make of this, but I'm low on time, so let's just make a couple moves here. I'm not happy with that. I feel like there was something more there, but I couldn't think of it. I mean, there's still like double queen ideas, but double queen is kind of rare. There's still double rook ideas, which is actually feasible. And then of course there's double king ideas. All right, we'll just shuffle the king out of the way. For the pawn move, I don't even know. Let's just, I'm down to 19 seconds. Okay, I need to just pick up the pace. At this point, just making a move and surviving is plenty. They get a rook move, a queen move, and a pawn move. I'm ready to roll. Let's go, let's go. I'm spam clicking the, okay, we'll sacrifice, go, and bam. Just anything here to run the opponent down on time. Double knight. Oh, why did I not see that? Okay, bishop, rook, bishop. Oh, that was bad. They get a queen and double bishop. Okay, that queen move was totally unnecessary. The king is exposed. The king is exposed. Oh, we get a bishop move, pawn move, and it's back to the opponent. Triple king. Please don't make anything of it. Of course they grab the bishop. But 2 seconds left. We might actually get away with this. Come on, just give me anything. That's fine. Totally fine. Don't roll rook. Don't roll rook. Oh, they grab it just in time. And of course they offer the rematch. Look at that. 0.11 seconds left on the clock. Well played by the opponent. Good find. All right, they get pawn, bishop, and king. Surely the king will stay on the back rank. We get a double knight move. Let's just go for it. Last time I played it patiently and it did not pay off. Are you kidding me? Okay, we drop the, they grab the knight instead. Okay, don't mind if I do. Are they just toying with me? We'll go here. I guess I have to move the king out and rook over. Funny enough, it's still completely lost, at least statistically, because the king is now in the middle of the board. Okay, sure, they develop some pieces. We'll move the king back, develop the queen, develop the knight. Making a little bit of a comeback here. They get a king move. Of course, they use the bishop move to target the queen, the pawn move to close the center. We get double pawn, which is probably best spent like this, actually. I mean, the bishop is fine, but I need to look for counterattacking opportunities here. Okay, I dropped the bishop, but who knows? Maybe double pawn wins me back the queen. Just a single pawn wins me back the bishop. And a king move wins me absolutely nothing. All right, fair enough. Double knight move for the opponent. Don't think it does much. And a king move as well, so at least the king centralizes again. We get a pawn move and a rook move. Okay, I have to move this pawn to develop the bishop, and I suppose the rook I'll just keep near the king. They're down under 20 seconds. If I win this, it'll probably be on time. So I'm going to spam click again and do my best to keep myself in the game here. queen, bishop, and king. They might go for a queen sack. That would be quite exciting. They go for a bishop sack. We'll see what the queen does. They do go for a queen sack. Very bold, but we get double rook, which does temporarily save the position as long as they don't get... Okay, and they do get it. Sure. All right, we lose game number 6. I probably shouldn't even bother keeping track because I'm not writing this down as we go. But we lose that last game. This is now the second loss in a row to the same opponent. We'll see if we can get our revenge on this next one. Nice, we get bishop and queen, which is already very promising. And they get double pawn, which shouldn't do much. I mean, they can go for the center. Yeah, and that's probably the most challenging move. Queen sack would be absolutely glorious here, but they go queen d6, double pawn for us, and then a rook move as well. So I suppose I have to move one of these pawns anyways. Let's go here, and then develop the rook towards the middle. They get a double pawn move, which does grab the queen, but somehow the king is still in check. They have a knight move to follow. We get double rook and a king move. Okay, the king will shuffle over. I'm not sure what to do here. I guess I should just keep the rook here. It wouldn't make a lot of sense for me to sack the rook, right? They get double king, which would have grabbed both of those pieces. If we could get a double rook here, that would be quite nice. Nice, and we do get double rook to win the game. That's the second time now that I've called it before it happens. To be fair, I call it very frequently. Let's go here, and develop the queen. We finally got a victory over this opponent. They get a knight move and a double rook, which is wasted in the corner. We get double knight. I'm just going to go for the attack. It's how I feel most comfortable playing, and it's just what I like to play. Okay, and I'm immediately punished for it. Fair enough. We get a queen move as well. We get double rook and bishop. Okay, the bishop will develop this way, and the double rook is wasted. Okay, those wasted double rooks are quite annoying, but unfortunately, I think it makes more sense at the beginning to develop in the center to get those bishops out. Ooh, they take on e5, so this is opening up the king quite a bit, I think. We'll move over, and move the rook over as well. They get double bishop. They could sack. Otherwise, I don't think it does much. Oh, that is such a good little move order that they just did there. Okay, we get a king move and a knight move. Not much to work with here. I mean, we'll at least pretend like we're still fighting. They get a knight move, a rook move, and a pawn move. I mean, we're looking for some ideas here, but it's statistically very unlikely. Ooh, they choose not to block, which is amusing. We get a knight move, which means we can take, a pawn move, which also means we can take, and then a rook move, which means we're somehow on the attack again. They get a rook and a king move. Rook move is wasted. King move also sort of wasted, and they have 17 seconds left on the clock. Somehow we're coming back here. Okay, all I have to do is just not waste this opportunity. So let's go like this. Continue to develop pieces, and as long as they don't get like triple knight somehow, then I should be totally fine. In fact, we get knight, which threatens the king right away. We get a king move as well, so we'll move the king to safety. Okay, king move gets them out of check. Knight move will move back. Pawn move will move towards the center. And I think that's it. Okay, pawn and rook for the opponent. D4 makes the most sense, looking for some winning chances. Bishop to A6, interesting. And we get a bishop move, so we'll take their bishop. They're down to 3 seconds. I don't think we're going to win this traditionally. We're just going to win this on time. We get a knight move, a king move, and a pawn move, so might as well continue to create threats. They get a king move to follow, but they do flag, and we win that rather losing game on time. So nice. Nice little comeback there. We get a knight move, a queen move, and a pawn move. Nice. And they get a sort of similar configuration, except with the bishop instead of the queen. Ooh, we could go for the sack. It's a little bit extreme for no reason, though, so we'll play pawn here. And I guess we'll just shuffle the queen over. Pawn, but wow, we're getting some really active moves here. A lot of large pieces coming out early with very concrete attacking ideas. Yeah, they grab the knight on h6. We get double rook and a bishop move. Wow, which is wasted. Because what do I do here about that? I don't think I can do much. Ooh, double pawn picks up the queen, and then a queen move to follow will activate this piece, maybe like queen c3, queen e3 potentially, queen d5 even more active. Ew, then we get a knight move and a king move. Okay, it's not promising, but hey, there's some ideas here. Double knight somehow doesn't lose us this knight. Yeah, but it does drop f7 protected by the queen. If we can get a knight, that would be great, but we get double king instead. I could just risk it. I mean, I might as well. If they roll a queen, yep, then it's pretty much game over. All right, that was a pretty losing game from the get-go, however. A couple unlucky rolls there, very active position. Let's go here, and I suppose develop the knight as well. Waste the rook move. Nice, no moves for the opponent, already extremely promising. Extra developing moves for our pieces. And yet again, ooh, this is going to be a clean sweep, I believe. And we just sort of activate all of the pieces as best we can. Double pawn and a knight move does not eliminate the queen, but does get rid of its defending piece. And we roll pawn and double rook. Okay, let's go pawn and then double rook to reinstate the previously defending piece. Oh, but they can pick it up and slide the king back anyways. Ugh, maybe it's not such a clean sweep. I really thought we were doing quite well there. Okay, let's do rook. Let's just go for it. Knight and king. They do get a king move and a double rook move as well. I really need like a double knight miracle. I get one knight move. Do I use it here? I suppose I should. And then waste the rook move. Please don't roll rook. Oh, they don't roll rook or king, so somehow we're still in the game. If we could get a knight move, that would be amazing. No, not quite. We get a pawn move and a rook move. Okay, pawn and then bishop. Just go for it, rook move. Why not? They do get a rook move, so they eliminate the knight. Get a knight move, which targets the king. This is kind of an interesting idea, though. We're really low on time, so let's try and keep up the pace here. They're thinking about the rook move quite a bit. Whoa, they don't use the... Oh, we get triple king. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Insane. Insane attacking idea, but somehow it's working. King in the middle of the board. King is the most active piece at the moment. I just need to roll a knight. That's all that I need, and we do win the game. I have no idea why they didn't take my knight on h7, but somehow we managed to centralize the king and come back with a victory. So absolutely insane game. A little bit of a shameful one, but it's in the books as a victory. We'll go, okay, do I develop like I know I should, or I'm just gonna go for it. I know it's risky, but hey, I'll write it off as good content, even though I know it's just in my blood. We get bishop and knight for the opponent, pawn and rook. Oh, pawn, king, and rook. So the rook move is wasted, and I have to develop my king no matter what. These two squares were covered, so the f2 pawn, yeah, is the only one that made sense to move. They go for the check, which is kind of risky because double king or double pawn wins the queen. Nice, so we do manage to pick up the queen, but now we sort of trap our king on f2. Ooh, knight and bishop would have been losing there, but they only get bishop. I suppose they'll keep it there, but now with the knight, we could remove it, but we don't get the opportunity. Okay, move the king over. Oh, I can't. I have to move the bishop first, move the king back, sure, and then waste the rook move. So far, so good. Bishop and knight for the opponent. They do go for the sack. Oh, okay, yeah, they're just going for pretty much anything they can here. Go ahead and take and take. I mean, we'll follow suit. Why not? I love to play that sort of game. And we immediately lose both of our attacking pieces. To be fair, the opponent probably will as well. Whoa, we are in check, and the queen is the only one that can defend. Oh, and we're super low on time. Okay, I have no choice. No choice. If they roll bishop, then I needed to have that queen there. If they don't, then I'm threatening the bishop anyways. We're down on time. They get double rook, so I have to move quickly here. Okay, double bishop wins us the game. Sweet. And that's the crazy thing about dice chess, is a game can end in the blink of an eye. I mean, I wasn't even thinking about using that bishop until I rolled double bishop. And then I realized, oh, that's winning the game. So you've really got to be on your toes. Constantly looking for new ideas. They get knight as well, so it's sort of as if I played as white. Ooh, double knight. Of course I'm going to go for the sack, and then I'm going to waste the rook move. Don't roll queen. Okay, of course they roll queen and king, just to rub it in. A knight move to follow. Maybe I should play less risky. Let's go here and here. Why not? Pretty much we need to roll like 17 queens if we want to win this. They do roll a queen as well. They roll a knight and a pawn, so pretty standard developing sort of attacking moves. Whoa, the queen is in danger now, but somehow I can't take it. Ooh, do I risk my own queen? Okay, here's the thing though. I've been risking this entire game, so to be frank, I might as well. I might as well just risk it at this point. But yeah, in these future games, I'll try to play it a little bit more concretely. Okay, we get queen to b4. Double bishop here would be legendary, but we only get one. Move the king over, so this isn't possible. Wow, double queen immediately loses the game. Okay, fair enough. All right, these next couple of games, I'm going to try to play a little bit more soundly if they give me the opportunity to make any moves. That would be great. Double knight and a rook move, already looking much better for the opponent, and we get a single knight move. And a rook move as well, okay. Knight move, yeah, centralizes the knight. And no moves at all. Okay, I'm not getting the opportunity to play concretely. In fact, I'm not getting the opportunity to play at all. But here we go. Okay, we get a knight move. Well, at least we have something on the table, though. They're almost certainly going to take one of these two. Right, they go for the knight trade, so at least it's fair, even if I take back. And I do get the opportunity to do exactly that. Let us develop the bishop and develop the queen. So, funny enough, playing concretely suddenly has us in a rather concrete position with real attacking chances. And we actually win the game. Who could have seen this coming? Not me. All right, I guess playing concretely is the way to go. As fun as it is to sort of just gamble it all on a couple of games, you've got to be honest with yourself about what actually offers winning chances. I say yourself, I mean myself. I've got to be a little more honest about what's going to give me better opportunities. We get double queen here, which is kind of strange. I'm not sure how I want to use this. I guess we'll just kind of do this. I don't know if that's concrete, but in my defense, I don't know what would have been better there. Maybe just keeping the queen back here, but that seems passive. Because like double queen now supposedly wins. Don't know what the odds of that are. Oh, they're giving me so many chances to play very aggressively. Okay, king moves out of the way, knight develops. Let's just take on c2. Let's just go for it. They get a queen move and a king move, so we are taking back, but probably losing the knight, right? Because the king is going, oh, the king shuffles away. So actually not losing the knight, but we don't even get back the queen. Okay, let's move pawn, bishop. Oh, and that's all we had. Okay, pawn, knight, and rook for the opponent. Doesn't really solve any of this as far as I can tell. I mean, they can develop, sure. Ooh, and they go for a sack. I think they're starting to feel the pressure here a little bit. We'll take back the queen, and we get a pawn move and a king move. Okay, the king's gonna move over the pawn. Is this insane? I feel like this is insane, but I don't know. Somehow it seems remotely possible, so I'm going to at least intend to play that. They get double rook. They could capture my rook, or they could just go for the bishop. They do go for the bishop. Very risky. So now we can just take back, take this bishop, take this rook, and suddenly we're actually stripping the opponent of a lot of their pieces. But oh, they don't pick up the bishop. I think this opponent might struggle a tiny bit with sort of time pressure. Let's go 1, 2, 3. I might feel it a little bit less because I do like to play bullet. So playing those sorts of moves and we do win, doesn't stress me out quite as much. We'll see if they offer a rematch. They might not. Oh, they do. Okay. I think this opponent just wants to play some dice chess. So that's what I'm here for. Let's do it. We get no moves on the first turn and suddenly I don't want to play dice chess. I'm kidding. They could have moved a pawn there to develop the rook, but they developed the king towards the center instead. But we get no moves, so it doesn't matter. That's kind of funny. Double knight. Okay, now they're going for the strategy that we previously went for. We've got a rook move, so we're gonna do this, so we don't have to move the king. They get a king, a queen, and a pawn. Okay, the king moves back to safety. Cannot blame the opponent for that. Absolutely ideal play there, pretty much. Let's go ahead and do this. Attack the queen, centralize the rook. And double queen loses the game. Maybe I should have played rook to f3 there, but double queen just seemed so unlikely. Are they not going to play it? Oh, they do find it. Okay. Took them half a second, but they did figure out where that weakness was. Okay. Sometimes it's just the luck of the draw, and that's pretty much all there is to it at times. So let's go here, waste the rook move. One rook move for the opponent, and somehow we're symmetrical again. It's very interesting how often you sort of get these weirdly symmetrical positions. Okay, we get a pawn move and a rook move. Oh, and a queen move as well, I see. Okay, let's do this, this, and this. Ooh, double knight. They could just go for this, but they decided to take. Whoa, and take again. There's no way that's the best way to play that. Okay, we get bishop, knight, and knight. We are going to take the opportunity to play extremely concretely. Pawn move and king move. So king to e2, we just need a knight roll, and then we win the game. Knight roll, or I guess double bishop or double queen. Yeah, we get plenty, and we do manage to capture the king. Okay, yeah, since this is a game of odds, it does ultimately come down to who's going to play the statistically better moves more consistently, if that makes sense. That's pretty much the only reason I was winning in doubles as well, is because I sort of just kept my head down, and even if I felt like, oh, maybe there's a chance here to play something amazing, you sort of have to pass up on it because, in the long run, if you're presented that exact opportunity 100 different times, and you know that statistically you're not supposed to win that, there's no reason to risk it on a one-off game because you're just setting that sort of standard moving forward. We get a double knight move, which we will use to develop and capture a free knight. But I don't know, I feel like these games are so slow, and you know that doubles are not on the table, that seeing those compounding results just takes so long. It's very tempting to just risk it all, but I don't know, we'll apply that same sort of double strategy to this game. We do get double knight, and we do win this game as well. Okay, all right, the opponent insists on rematches, so I will continue to give it to them. I mean, the whole point of this video is to make a longer episode where we play plenty of dice chess, so let's do exactly that. Knight move, I mean, might as well defend. The bishop does capture the knight, and the king does move out of the way. Okay, completely wasted move. We don't even get to recapture. We get a king, bishop, and knight for the opponent. They could go for it. I mean, okay, no, they decide to move back. All right, I think even they're being a little bit more cautious about how they play this now. Let's do this, and might as well develop the rook. We're also looking at the bishop. Knight move for the opponent. They choose to develop as well, because right there, they could have used that to centralize a knight that's already developed. But they're, king to e7, but they're choosing to play this a little more concretely now. We'll centralize the rook, and we don't have another knight, so we might as well use this one. Let's go like this. I mean, I don't love that the knight is on the side of the board, and I definitely don't love that they rolled double knight. They could use it to grab the rook or land on c2. They land on c2. I have to roll queen here, and I do, just barely grabbing that knight, and somehow also threatening the enemy king. Bishop, knight, and queen. We'll see if anybody defends this. They don't. They sack on d2. I don't think they even noticed this, to be honest. Queen move for the opponent, and a bishop move would end the game, and it does, in fact, win. All right, cool. We've won this game as well. I don't even know how many games we've played against this opponent. We'll see if they wish to play again. If they don't, then we may finally have somebody else to play against. All right, that seems to conclude our streak of that game. Let's go ahead and create a new one with, okay, this person plays exactly what I want to play, also casual. I don't think I can read that name aloud, however, so we will just make the moves. They get no moves at all. We'll go ahead and, do I sack? I'm just gonna go for it. Sack, go here. I think that's justified. King move and double pawn move. At least we drag the king out. I still think it's justified. But then again, that could just be a gambler coping method. Okay, we'll play this. Double rook has to be wasted. King, queen, and bishop. Do I still think it's justified? I think so. Not by much, but I do still think it's justified. We get a single pawn move. We'll advance this one. I mean, if we're gonna go for the attack, then we have to go for the attack. There's no taking any steps backwards once the queen flies off the board. We do get a double pawn move, we'll use it right here. And we get a knight move as well, which I think is best spent where? Here perhaps, stopping this and also threatening that. Double pawn and bishop for the opponent does not do anything about this threat, so I just have to roll pawn on the next turn, which is a relatively common roll. And we don't get it, okay, but we do get this. Go ahead and take the bishop back, move the king out of the way. Okay, oh, knight can take though. So now we need double bishop to win, triple rook. Do I still think it was concrete? Maybe not so much. Now we get double king, which is even worse. We'll move out of the way and take, I suppose. Doesn't actually threaten the king unless we roll triple knight somehow. They do roll a queen move. They could just go for it. Yeah, they do, even though it's sacrificing the queen. There's so much pressure on my position that I don't think there's a lot of ways out of this for me. Queen, rook, they're going for the win, but if I roll bishop, I win. Take, move here, move the pawn. Please, there's still hope. I know there's hope. Dark squared bishop, light squared king. There's no threat there. We do roll bishop, and we do win the game against the infamous Dolphin player, we'll call him. Okay, we do win. I don't think they want a rematch. They don't. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and head back to the lobby and create a new game. We've worked our way through one Red Bull. I've had 0 watermelon so far. I should probably take a quick watermelon break. Not enough time. Okay, we're paired. And they get an amazing roll as well to develop the queen and the bishop for that 4-move mate. But we get double pawn, so we snipe the bishop, and I suppose we develop the knight as well. Very long-term idea, but still kind of concrete. Triple pawn, they could just use it to shove that e-pawn in our face, but they decide to grab the knight instead. I mean, if I could roll some pawn moves, that would be quite amazing as well. So this pawn could go 1, 2, 3 and win the game. We'll move the rook out of the way. Queen, they could sack. They could just move out of the way. They get bishop as well, which we'll have to develop through the side, and a pawn move, which will almost certainly be that capture. They do sack. Okay, they sack the queen, right? The bishop develops as it needed to, and kind of a random pawn move there. Double knight allows us to take back, and I might just even retreat the knight and just push this pawn. Again, we're playing solid. If I were presented this position 100 times, what move would I make? And we do manage to pull away with the victory. Again, not the most exciting way to play, I'll be honest. The first couple of games were way more riveting, but this is probably the best way for long-term, rating climb style growth. They get a rook move and double pawn. Yeah, honestly, not a bad couple of first rolls. We'll develop the bishop. I mean, it doesn't do much here anymore since it's kind of blocked by this e6 pawn, but they roll double pawn. Yeah, which drops the bishop. You have to be really careful, even on the 4th rank. And we roll absolutely nothing. Triple knight loses the game, and they don't even bother to go through the queen route. Absolutely amazing play by the opponent, but we get the white pieces again. Nice, a much better roll this time. When I roll this bishop, I actually like to develop this knight, because if I can sack on f7, this is a nice little follow-up. Okay, we get pawn, knight, and king. Knight, pawn, king out of the way. All right, throat is getting kind of dry. Watermelon is inbound. Okay, queen goes to f6. I get a knight move, a queen move, and a rook move. Okay, knight, queen, rook. King is safe, knight is attacking. Knight goes to d4. Rook shuffles over, let's roll. We get knight, nice, we're threatening the king now. Bishop, and we'll move the queen out of the way to support the bishop as well. Oh my goodness, double queen. I mean, they could use it to just take the knight, but they go for probably the most not natural option, but then we get knight, which wins us the game. Okay, much needed break here. Okay, that concludes the much needed break. Let's create another challenge. I actually haven't seen how much rating we've gained. How much rating are we gaining? Oh, we've gained almost 100 points of rating. We've crossed 1600, and we were 1500 when we started this. So quite a nice little jump there. Admittedly, nowhere near 2200, but on the way, we'll call it. I see somebody else made a challenge here for 5+5. I personally enjoy the 1-minute games a little bit more, but I wouldn't mind taking a moment to play a slightly slower game. Maybe a little bit more analysis and a little less rushed talking. We get pawn, knight, and king. So yeah, right off the bat, this king is going to have to develop to one of these 2 squares, which given my pretty nice active development is not going to be great. Yeah, king d7, probably a good choice to put on a dark square since we have a light squared bishop. We get double knight. How do we take advantage of this king? Okay, first we're going to move our own king out of the way, and I suppose I should develop my own knight, but what to do now? Do I play knight to d5 and risk losing it? Is that justified because it would open up the center? Or do I play this a little bit more slow and steady? But the problem is something like knight g5 is such a random move. Maybe knight to h4. I feel like knight to h4 is justified. Also offers a 2-move, basically mate against the king. They roll double king, which means they can move the king out of the way, capture the knight with the queen, and then king to d8, and already this attack has fallen apart. Oh, they centralized the king again. I think they forgot king to d8 was possible. We get double queen and a pawn move. Okay, obviously we're going to take the queen, which puts the enemy king in check. And then for the pawn move, I guess d4 opens up the bishop, pushes the pawn nice and close to the king. And we have a pretty good attack going here at the moment. They get king, pawn, and knight. So king can move to safety. Knight can develop and sort of semi-block. Could also just take on d4, which they do play. And then the pawn move, I'm not really sure it matters. I guess it should be a move that develops a piece. Yeah, d5 makes sense. Striking at our active pieces in the center. We get a pawn move though, so we can immediately take. We get a queen move, which means we can take back the knight. And then a king move. We'll just sort of shove him in a corner, so he can't possibly get in any trouble on g1, I hope. We get a king move, which means it will have to come out to play again. He hit himself a little bit too quickly. King to d8. We get a pawn move and a queen move, which does win us that game as well. We don't gain nearly as many coins from that. I believe this opponent must be slightly lower rated though. Let's see if we can find somebody else. 3 minutes, don't mind if I do. We'll just sort of collect coins from anybody that's willing to play. Double pawn move and a rook move. I would have played something like this, but the truth is it's more important in my opinion to sort of be ready to develop more pieces. We get a knight move, let's do this, and a rook move. Oh, but a queen, or rather a king move as well. Yeah, nothing much that I can do about that. King is gonna have to go to e2. Even something like this is immediately losing. Knight c6, knight d4, also losing, but we'll see what the opponent makes of it. Double rook and a queen move. They tempt me. Okay, we'll go like this and just move the rook back, and then shuffle the queen over. Very much not ideal because now these sort of diagonals just look at the king, whereas the queen really has no way to get out of here. King to e7 is kind of nice though. Oh, and a double knight move. Yeah, king to e7 I don't think was precise enough, which wins us the game. They do offer a rematch, so of course we will accept. Double knight move. I have sort of adopted now the theory of playing a little bit more reserved. I don't know if reserved is the word that I'm trying to use there, but more concretely. That's really just the best way to describe it, right? They're going to develop the queen, maybe king to d8 this time. They do play that. Double knight wins us the queen, so we'll grab it. King shuffles over. I cannot deny that at least a not so small portion of this is that I am getting some relatively lucky rolls. They say something in chat in Cyrillic, I believe in Russian perhaps. I did take a little bit of Russian on Duolingo, but I don't know what that means. Maybe I should use Google Translate and see if I can get it translated. I mean, I have 2 minutes 38 seconds to do it. You'd imagine that's plenty of time. Okay, photo translation. There we go. All right, we get queen, king, pawn, and queen. Sure. All right, yes. Let's see what it translates to. I know you guys can't see it, but I certainly can. Boom. All right, let's see what it says. Okay, I do not know what that means. It translates to PZD. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. All right, we'll go here, develop the knight, develop the rook. I think we're just winning this game at the moment. We get knight, bishop, and king by the opponent. Okay, the king does get a chance to move back. So far, all we've done is waste a whole bunch of time trying to figure out what that said. Let's go here and here, opening up some opportunities to sort of bring this home, which is what I really need. The opponent should be trying to set up the same, but I think they're a little too busy capturing our pieces back. Let's go here, take back, and bring the rook into the attack as well. They get a single rook move, so it's gonna have to stay on the back rank. Nice, pretty much anything here wins. Pawn move, double knight. What do we do with double knight? Let's just go here and take this central pawn, and now double knight would also win. They do get a king move. It would be very amusing if they were to take on f6, but they'll probably just shuffle the king back somewhere. They also get a pawn move and a bishop move. Luckily, it's a light squared bishop. We have a dark squared king. Nothing really to worry about here. Okay, wow, they do take on f6. That is very funny. We get bishop b7. Wow, somehow this is not already winning. Let's go here, here, just to keep all of this open and use the knight to block. And I guess just keep the king on a dark square. Should be plenty. They get a pawn move, so I suppose they'll take the knight. Wow, we're still not winning. This is highly amusing. Okay, bishop here, move the king over. Oh, and again, okay. Double pawn and bishop. I mean, we drop the rook. Oh, but they don't take it. And we roll queen just in time to capture the king, which does win us that game as well. They want yet another rematch, but by all means. Of course, let's play again. Pawn move and king move centralizes the king. We'll go knight and waste the rook move. I mean, double knight is winning, so that is very promising. Get a knight move by the opponent. King still on e2. Knight towards the center. Pawn. Develop the bishop. Maybe I should have done this actually, now that I think about it. Now that I actually gave it some serious thought. But they get a pawn move and a queen move. Okay, pawn move, and there's the queen move. Now I just need knight. Oh, double queen is not what I needed. You know what? I'm tired of playing normal. This is where they get you, where you get bored of playing the normal moves. Yeah, and there goes the entire attack down the drain. Now we need pawn and double bishop to win. Oh, we do get pawn and bishop somehow. We'll develop the knight too. Double queen does lose us the game. As soon as I go off the rails, I immediately pay for it. So fair enough. I mean, at least it proves the previous strategy was sound. And now we're getting no rolls as well. They get double knight. They could go for the sack, but they decide to centralize instead. Double pawn and a rook move, which surprisingly means that I have to move one of these two pawns anyways. So I'll move one of these, develop the rook, and I guess play this. They do still get a knight move. They can sack here on c7, and they do. We need a queen move, but we don't get it. We get a pawn move, a rook move, and a knight move. Okay, knight here, in case there's any chance that we can take that. Rook towards the center, and we'll push this pawn. They get a knight move, and we lose the game. Somehow I feel like the karma from the last game is spilling over into this game. They do get a knight move. Let's try this again. Oh my goodness, we're getting no moves. Pawn and double rook means they can develop. Oh, but they did waste one of the rook moves and the second one as well. And play pawn to d4. Holy smokes, this is bad. Triple bishop. 1, 2, 3. We have yet to move a single piece and the queen is gone. At least we can take back. We get a pawn move. What on earth are we gonna do with a pawn move? Pray for double bishop. That's what we're gonna do. Everybody, we need double bishop, all right? Devs, listen, we need double bishop. That's so good. That's so good. Oh my goodness. Clip that. Make a short out of it. I'm ready for my dream controversy. I've adjusted the double bishop values. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. That's the third time this video that I've clocked precisely when we get a double move that we need. And that time I actually emphasized it that time as well. That's so good. Okay, we waste a rook move, and I presume I've used up all of my luck for about the next 40 games on that single one. There goes the rook. But you know what? Well worth it. Whoa, triple knight. Is that not winning? 1, 2, 3 is not winning. 1, 2, 3 is also not winning. Can we grab the queen at least? Holy smokes, the worst moment to get a triple knight I've ever seen. You know what? We'll just do this. I'm gonna take this way because I'm actually trying to win. I don't just want to sort of hedge for a fair trade. They could sack. Huge respect if they sack the queen there for the win. Okay. Oh, they do it. Okay, they're going for the jugular on this one. Oh, we get double pawn, and I don't think that's gonna be enough. What on earth do we do here? Double pawn, just push it straight into the position. Develop the bishop, I guess. Queen is almost, that just feels likely. Whoa, they don't get it. Double rook and a pawn move. So much tension here. Please just give me a king move. Oh, we get it. Oh, thank goodness. King move. Oh, and we get a knight move as well to win the game. It's so funny. I was so focused on the queen being next to my king, I totally forgot that I had that knight staring at the enemy king. Okay, absolutely spectacular developing moves for the opponent. I think they have not noticed. There they go. The rook move. Pawn, bishop, move the king over. Devs, double bishop. I feel like me saying devs is like the magic word. Oh, never mind. That is certainly not a double bishop. Let's just shuffle around, please. I just need double bishop. They get a king move. So now I need a pawn and double bishop. They're not listening anymore. Okay, we'll move this pawn here and develop the king. Weirdly enough, this is safer because king to e1 puts you at risk of double bishop actually by the opponent. They do get a pawn move. That would be a baller move, although I'd be very surprised. All right, they develop the knight. I feel like any other pawn move is just way more natural. King to d7, trying to hide the king. We do get a pawn move and a double rook move to follow. So it does have to be one of these two pawns. I went for this one, of course, because it's closer to the king. Bishop, queen, and rook. Okay, well, there goes the d4 pawn. Rook to e8, queen to e7. Somehow this king is still really weak. We just need like double pretty much anything here, and we're looking kind of nice. Let's take here, move the king back, and I suppose we'll just target the bishop. I'm not really looking to do anything with my pawns here. King move for the opponent, bishop move, and pawn move. So this bishop is going to be safe. Oh my goodness. They are so excited about just risking it. d5. No care in the world that the king is hiding behind that wall of pawns. Oh, I tried to roll. We get double king and a knight move. Okay, here, we'll just keep the king in the same spot. Somehow we're actually in danger here. Yeah, pawn move drops the queen, but I don't think they're out of the woods yet. I mean, there's so many attacking ideas. I'd be hard pressed to believe that somehow we're not still better here, which is crazy. Oh, okay, now we're definitely not better. This is falling apart. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, ate those words about as fast as you can eat a pair of words. Double bishop now would be great. Ooh, one bishop. Do I just go for it? Okay, let's take here first. Knight move will just develop, and then pawn move, I guess we'll just take. Yeah, queen move immediately recaptures, but at least we got that bishop off the board. I'm no longer hard-pressed to believe that we're not better here. I'm very confident that we are worse now. We need like a beautiful combination of rook and bishop moves if we want any opportunity here. Whoa, they sack the queen. The thing is, they're so excited about sacking pieces that I have hope in pretty much every position now. Let's move the king out of the way. Double queen loses, but they get one queen move. Double rook would be absolutely amazing and very much appreciated. Oh, we get one rook move. Okay, we're not going to waste it. Rook to d1 lines up against the king. And we get another pawn move, which could be literally anything. Yeah, they roll double queen. That knocks the king off the board. Well played by the opponent, if not very aggressive. Absolute respect for playing so aggressively though. Oh, they get nothing. We roll again? Okay, we might as well get nothing there too. They also get nothing. A lot of nothing going on. Nothing back to them. Okay, and finally a good developing move. Pawn and bishop. Sure. Double pawn, have to take here. Queen, have to line up with the king. Knight and pawn. E6 is such a strange choice, isn't it? Because now we're looking at the king with double queen, which wins us the game. Okay, the comeback was quick there. Did not have to linger on that loss for too long. Somehow these games, these 3-minute games rather, are going by even faster than the 1-minute games we were playing at the beginning. They get a pawn move, a queen move, and a bishop move, but the setup position is so different that somehow I don't think the 4 move here makes a lot of sense. I almost think maybe something like this would have been a little bit more challenging. We get a queen move, which means we can take, a knight move, which means of course we'll develop, and then a rook move, which as usual is wasted. Okay, lots of good developing moves. Again, the rook move as usual, kind of wasted, but it's nature of the game at this point. We'll develop the bishop, waste the rook moves, and we're looking at the king now. Double rook and pawn for the opponent. Yeah, c6 is the only natural move there to defend the king. We get a knight move, a king move, and a rook move. Okay, knight. But if I move the rook here, the king goes to the center. You know what? If I keep getting king moves, then I might as well sort of pseudo castle. Oh, double bishop could have been devastating, but we have that knight in the way. Oh, and they go for the rook anyways. Interesting. We get a bishop move, a knight move, and a pawn move. Okay, let's play this concretely. Bishop goes back, knight will take, pawn to develop our own bishop. Double king for the opponent. Okay, so far so good. And there it goes. Okay, double pawn now for the opponent as well. A lot of interesting attacking ideas, but they decide to pick up the bishop. You know what? Let's go for it on this side. Pawn, rook, and king. I say let's just go for it, and then I play one of the most timid looking moves ever to grace the board of chess, but I think there's some attacking idea here. Ooh, double bishop. Okay, at least that's check. We'll move the king further into the corner. We get a rook move for the opponent. Whoa, that has to be too aggressive. But you know what? It is a sort of winner-take-all scenario, so I'm going to do the same thing, to be honest. Double king. Surely you go for the rook. Okay, that makes sense. Pawn move to follow grabs the knight. We get double bishop. Go and put the king in check again and develop my knight. Obviously, we're down on material, but somehow we're holding on by a little bit. Double knight and bishop doesn't defend the king at all. So if I can just roll bishop on this next turn, please. Just give me bishop on this next turn. And I can win. Oh, we get a king move and a pawn move. Absolutely not what we needed. Okay, we'll move the king up. Double knight. Yeah, this is pretty much toast. I mean, we're not even going to flag them because they have more time than we do on the clock. So might as well play just about anything here. Triple rook. 2, 3. Interesting. And then a pawn move. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, let's just go here. Pretty much anything here wins, and they do grab the king. Okay, I'm just about where I want to be for the length of this episode, so the next game that I win will be the sort of end point for this. I'm quite happy with the progress that we've made. I don't know what our rating's at now. Okay, a little bit over 1600, 1616 at the moment. So not a huge jump in those last couple of games, but to be fair, we had our sort of strategy tested quite a bit by the opponents. But of course, we have to end the video on a victory, and we do get paired. Okay, let's hope that this is the one. Pawn and rook. We are putting the training that we've done in this episode into this game. The culmination of that training will either prove or not prove itself in this game. Let's get double bishop. Double bishop and call it a day. Okay, one bishop move, I'll take it. Plenty for me to work with. Oh, of course they get a king move to take back, but double knight as well. They might just kind of go this way with it though. Yeah, somehow the king is still safe. Double queen? Would have been nice. Let's just go for it. Come on. If it's going to be the last game, if the last game that we win is going to be the last game of the episode, it has to be sacrificing the queen. Come on. We get a rook move and a pawn move. I'm still going for it. Come on. Let's go here and here. Rook move as well. I'll just move it out of danger. Double rook move and a queen move. Which means the king has no way back. That's the only legal queen move, only legal rook move. Nice. I mean, come on. If we don't win this, it wasn't meant to be. Rook move and a king move. Come on. There has to be something here. King and rook, surely they'll take the queen. Or maybe they could move the king back. Okay, they decide to take. Come on, we just need a pawn move. Knight move, are you kidding me? Oh, this is so bad. We have 21 seconds as well. I forgot that they accepted my challenge. So this is a 1+1 game. 1 minute with 1 second increment. Come on, we need a pawn move here. We need a pawn move. Nice, and we get a pawn move with less than 20 seconds left on the clock to win the final game. I will decline the rematch there. With that, we have achieved a relatively long episode that hopefully makes up for the basically YouTube short that was posted yesterday. Anyways, if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider liking and subscribing. Let me know down below what you think of the strategy. I mean, I used to play basically for the jugular singular on the very first couple of moves every single time. But playing doubles really taught me that I think you sort of need to develop solidly first, and only when you have multiple avenues down which you could capture the king, then you can sort of overcommit. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, and I will see you guys in the next one.